If there's anything that could be said about social media, it's that it's constantly changing. Platforms evolve, trends shift, and character counts increase, and it can be a struggle to incorporate fresh ideas and figure out how to innovate in the space. But don't worry, because we are here to help. So today I'm joined by Sarah, and together we're going to share some of our favorite content from the past month that we've seen. Hopefully this will help you jumpstart some ideas of your own and give you a little creative inspiration. But first, Sarah, how are you, and what type of tea do you have today?
Ooh, good. Great question. Classic. Bigelow, shout out your peppermint. Amazing.
Yes.
So I decided to go with something a little bit more chill for today because we're going to be talking a lot, and peppermint is great for stimulating those brain neurons and getting excited. So like we're doing it. What are you having today? You got tea,
I
right?
have rose and mint tea, very bougie, giving me the energy for content.
Totally allowed. Totally allowed. Go wrong. So I know everyone's probably excited for us to get into it. So we are going to get into it. So we went ahead and we selected 6, if there's time, maybe 7, for different brands that we really like and the trends we're seeing them do. So let me go ahead and share my screen. And Taya, I'll go ahead and have you kick us off with the first one. All right. And let me go ahead and just play it really quick. I'm going to turn on
Pretty going.
so that way everyone can see the full effect. All right.
We love this one from Crumbl Cookie. Crumbl Cookie kills it on social. They're super vibrant and fun to watch, but this is a really cool post. This fun X-ray box scene to show off their latest launch. They always change up their flavors, and instead of just doing like kind of a hype reel, like these are our cookies, making people really hungry, they did this cool visual trick where they used a green screen. And so this type of post, it looks really complex and people might be like, oh my gosh, I could never do that. I don't have the budget. I don't have the equipment. But the thing is, you can actually do this in CapCut, which is really cool. So for this one, you just need to have your phone and, your setup. Use a tripod so you get the nice, top-down shot, no wobble, nothing's going to be disturbed. Make sure you don't get any glare on the phone too, but have your phone a green screen or the chroma key green up, and then you just would wave it around the box like that. And then record just the box open if you're using a box in this case. And then you can go on, if you're using CapCut, you can go into editing, stack the videos on top of each other, then tap the cutout function, pop your video in there, and clean it up, and it'll look great. So you don't need a lot of money or time to do these cool visual effects. Like in these in-platform editing softwares, there's so many fun things to play around with, like different transitions, different effects. It makes it really easy to do something eye-catching on social that's not super complex. So we love this. Eye-catching, just looks great in the feed. It gets you to stop scrolling, which is super important because people attention spans, you need to grab them within the first couple seconds. So we just think they knocked out of the park with this one.
I couldn't agree more. And just kind of to echo here on Tay, this looks really complex. When her and I were going through this and actually discussing it, I thought this was so much harder than the breakdown she just gave us. I mean, this is possible for brands of all sizes to do with that. There's so many accessible tools out there. And so one thing I really like about this from more of a CM perspective too, is that not only does it capture your attention, but it's highlighting different flavors of what they're showcasing of their cookies. And you can see in the comments here that a lot of people are talking about those different flavors. And so really great post for engagement as they're talking about what's actually being shown. So if you're a brand that falls more of like product or like packaging, this could be a great trend for you to hop in on. So well done, cookies. And Crumbl Cookies, we like cookies with our tea. Just saying.
We do, and we're shooting this before lunch, so we're making ourselves really hungry, but that's all right.
Totally good. Cheers to that. Okay, so this next one here is kind of a 2-for-1 deal. So let me preface that. But for Midwest fans, yours, most of us know it, Michigan proud here. They did a great job and actually noticed that there were viral s'more cookies going on.
Oh my goodness.
So yes, right, more cookies. This is our vibe apparently.
We like desserts.
Right. So, we definitely have they saw what was trending and they went ahead and acted on it. But what I love about this post specifically is that they have this bit.ly link that will direct you to buying these items at your local store, which I think was genius. And it's all Myers brand owned. Fantastic, quick, easy step recipes. Recipes always perform really well. People can do it. This looks easy enough to where I wouldn't be scared to try it. But let me show you what else they did. They took it a step further. So after they did this nice static post, they moved to and actually made a reel from it. So let me go ahead and get that playing. And let me turn that on. Oh, they don't have sound? So I don't give a hoot what you do, say, girl, I know you a little too tight. I'm shooting. Let me tell you. Girl, you my little boo thing. So I don't give a hoot what you do, say, girl, I know you a little too tight. So not only did they have one post idea, they got two from just seeing what was trending and how they could make it their own. And I think brands often forget this is a way to get in on trends that we forget about. Like, what can you take that's trending and make it your own? Like, what do you think about this one?
Oh my gosh, this one, besides looking absolutely delicious, I love that they started off with this DIY. These go crazy on social. People share them like crazy, save them. It gives you all the sort of metrics that you want. Comments are usually great and relevant. But I like that they also broke it down. So they have this post on Facebook where it's the step by step, and then Reel where it's more visual, high energy. They did the same thing, same concept, but shot in a different way. So you get a little bit of a different take, and you're really customizing it to the platform that it's on. And I think that's really important. And people think, oh, we can't do the same idea different places, but why not? If you remix it, like make the most of your content creation time. And this reel that they have, you could cut this down and make some really cool gifts. Like you could have the cookie being pulled apart and getting that marshmallow pull in there, like a Rice Krispie treat. Like just that by itself, like making a whole appetite appeal supercut would be amazing. So you can take this beyond just this s'mores cookie trending post and get even more content out of it. So more bang for your buck, and it looks delicious, super fun, hopping on a trend in the right way. I love it.
I totally agree. And I think you brought up a good point, and I want to emphasize that. Really, what content are you posting on your channels? Does it make sense? Is it the best content for that channel, whether it's trending or not? So important and often overlooked. So like, thank you so much for emphasizing that, Tate. It's so important for our brands. Okay, this one we have next. Oh yeah, this one. Ooh, this is a good one. I'll let you start with it, Tate.
Okay, so this one, I love continuous carousel because it's just a really fun and engaging way to convey content. Like if you have a lot of facts or there's a bunch of information that you have to put in something, you don't want to do a huge block of text and bore people. That's going to be really small on social and you're not going to get much engagement. So this, if we scroll through, I think we're at the end here, but this is for Indy Car. They have super simple copy. It just says get hip with the facts. And then they have a whole bunch of facts in here printed within the carousel. So each one has, a different driver highlight or a stat about the track itself. So there's so many components, so many cool facts, and it compels you to keep scrolling because it's so engaging, because everything is like laid out kind of collage style. So it's really visually appealing and interactive. It feels like, you're swiping through. It's almost like a little game. And I love how they wrote the miles and the facts on the track there. They're not just like sticking in a text box, boring font. They're like, hey, check this out. Like, this is cool stuff. And they make it even cooler by the way it was executed. And I just think this is so much fun and much better than text.
I agree. I think we often get clients and, brands that they want to showcase information. Like they actually want to get, whether it's product info, new launches, whatever it may be across the board. This is such a fun and unique way to actually go through and do it. I think one thing that I would have loved to see on this post is to hear a racetrack. Like as it
sounds.
Like, but I know yes, adding sound can be tricky, but I think that could have just gave this a little bit more edge, but it's still so outstanding for showcasing fun, fact trivia, and fans. People love this. People love to drop knowledge bombs, honestly. So I think this is so great. And like you said, I know when I seen it, this kept me scrolling. Like, I went from start to finish, which is hard to do sometimes on these slides, so very, very well executed. And it seems like it got a lot of likes and everything like that, so people were seeing it and scrolling it. Absolutely loved it. Such a good find
Um,
tip.
And I really like your idea of adding sounds because I think that would just take this to the next level. Like if you had the racetrack, the fans, like really putting people in that moment. And then this one, it's about, is it like 5 frames, which is, kind of like the perfect amount. We see, typically, 3 to 6 is your sweet spot. You wouldn't want to do any more than that, certainly. But with something like this, I'm sure it keeps people going through to the end. I'd be interested to see their completion rate or just like how many people scroll through like we did.
I love that. When you said the fans cheering, I legit thought how fun would it have been to like start and actually play the track of like, from the beginning, have the cars take off, and then at the end have the crowd cheering because you made it to the end type of thing. That would have been so fun. So fun. We're keeping that. We're keeping that. All right. I know everybody has seen this next one. Barbie. She's taken over. Okay. Everyone's seeing pink. Everyone is seeing all kinds of plays being made, but I want to shout out M&Ms here. Okay. First off, popcorn, movie night, perfect combo. It's relatable. Like, everybody loves to enjoy some popcorn and also some sweet, salty. M&Ms saw their move and they took it and they executed beautifully. I love that they went with just the different tones of pinks, whether it's that brighter to pastel and white. They put fun little sayings on the M&Ms. It's beautifully staged for a photo, and they threw it in the popcorn, which so many people do. Like, this is a classic staple. And, even though they might not be directly involved, they gave a shout out to the movie. I love the iconic bee they used here. It's just, I loved everything about this post. So I love it.
Oh, it's super cute. Like the photography is beautiful, and I love the way it guides your eye through the popcorn at the top, and then the little M&M trail. Everything is set up so nicely. And even if your brand wasn't affiliated with the Barbie movie, I'm not sure if M&M's is. I'm sure they got the budget for it, but you could do something like this as a way to a nod to it, like kind of if you know, you know, where if you had your popcorn, it alludes to a movie, and you have the pink, people are going to get it right away. So you wouldn't even need to say anything or tag the movie. People would instantly know this is Barbie. And if you're hopping on that trend right now, totally in. You get tons of engagement. People would love to share it. Just a great way to capitalize on a trend.
Yeah.
Movement's still hot,
Oh,
Barbie isn't going away anytime soon.
no, it's not. It's really not. And it's funny. Just this morning, I saw a very interesting take on a Barbie play that I have yet to seen. Um, I believe it was from the book club. Hopefully that's right. But they actually had Barbie books, and then they made book recommendations. So they're like, if you like this Barbie book, you should try reading this actual book. Like, it was the coolest play. And I was just like, that was very interesting, like compared to seeing like the dolls and like this, Mattel, like sticker in the background and things like that. So like, people are definitely getting really creative with this Barbie trend. So, maybe there's a way for your brand to kind of give a nod to it, like Tay was saying. So that way you can be part of something, but also not get in trouble. It's important. Don't get in trouble.
Very important. Yeah, do not go tagging things you don't have a partnership with. Don't do any of that. But think outside the box. Is like that. You might think my brand has no connection to Barbie. This doesn't make sense. And sometimes that's true. Don't force it. But by thinking outside the box, like that book club post, there's probably a connection there you just haven't thought of. Give yourself the challenge and have fun with it.
Definitely. Love it. And this one, I believe, was one of your picks.
Yes. Okay. So this one, I think there's audio on it. So we'll,
Yeah.
we'll watch it first and then. This one I love. It's just so simple and eye-catching. Our director of content, Drew, he's always saying we love simply complex content, and that's exactly what this is, because these are just pictures of this coffee cup with a little positive message in there. It just, so cool. And it's just as simple shots, different people holding it in different backgrounds, so it's really eye-catching. But then they just layered the images on top of one another and changed the orientation, so it almost feels like you're falling into the image as it moves, like it's kind of an optical illusion there. So it just draws you in. If you're scrolling through, you're going to see this movement, be like, whoa, what was that? And go back to it. And then positive affirmations and just positivity in general are really trending right now. And this just makes people feel good, makes them smile, makes them want to share. I don't even think there's anything besides a positive message being promoted here. It's just feel good vibes, positive affirmations. And, that's great to see from brands too. Like, not everything has to be pushing a product. You can just, do something that makes people say, oh, that's really nice, or inspire them to share it with their friends, just something that brightens their day and makes them smile. And you can incorporate subtle branding into that, but it doesn't have to be like product front and center all the time. So that's why I really like this one.
And I think that's a really valid point that you make, Tay, because, a lot of times this is the type of content that actually gets shared. This is the type of content that people are tagging others to see, because it is such a good, feel good, happy post. Like, the music is really well coordinated, I feel like, with this. And you can see it in the comments. I mean, people are loving this, very good stuff going on. And I'd be so curious to see how this post performed in comparison to their other, posts. So just beautiful. I love the movement. This seems really complicated, like you said, but you assured me it's not. So I will take your word for it.
Yeah, and this one, just like simple editing. You could even use some Canva templates or effects for this if you don't have access to the full Adobe suite. So there's ways you can do all of this without having to have a bunch of, super insider designer knowledge. And if you had a coffee brand, you could just like have this be your cup. Or if it was a cosmetics brand, maybe there's a positive message on a mirror or something, or written on a sticky. If you have like planners and school supplies, like something like you got this, like super affirming message. So it's like, your brand is there, but the main focus is the message that people can share and engage with.
And I love that too, with people going back to school, a lot of that craziness starts for the parents and the kids and all that. Like, such a good opportunity to really give people that encouragement through affirmations in a fun way. That definitely, if I came across this would definitely capture my attention in my feed for sure. I would stop scrolling and I would give it a watch, hands down.
Me too.
So, but okay. And then this one here, very simple. This one really stuck out to me for a few different reasons. But the first thing I noticed was, one, this is coming from a sheriff's office. So keep that in mind, Livingston Parish. They posted this. And the first thing I saw were the engagements. So you're looking at those shares, you're looking at the comments. I mean, this is massive. This thing blew up, okay? I don't know if it's trending yet, but I could easily see an idea like this trending. And here's why. Because they're really taking their audience. And even though that they're trying to get a message across here, such as the driver, like stay in your lane, drive, focus on the road, be sober, obey those speed limits, right? Everything a driver should be doing. And then they have fun with those other people in the car. So like someone's the DJ, someone's asking, are we there yet? And things of that nature. This is so relatable. Road trips are happening. It's summertime, but also, they just found this perfect balance of knowing their audience, knowing the stereotypes that are kind of in the car and playing and having fun with them. One thing I really liked about this one is in the comments, people were adding to their roles. So like as a passenger, this is also what they did. And same with the back seat. And then, all that fun stuff. So I really like this and could see this morphing into like different plays for brands, whether they are doing, audience breakdowns or, the type of shoppers they get or, how they eat or get into a package, very easy, very simple. It's clean cut. I can't stop raving about this one, Tay. I love it.
Oh, well, when you showed it to me, I got really excited because sometimes, content creators, the brand might want something and it's not super fun on paper. Like maybe it's an announcement or something like this, like safety procedures, but there's a way you can have fun with it, of course, depending on the subject. But this, it could have been a really routine post where it's just like, eyes on the road, hands on the wheel, be safe. And that's not very engaging. But they made this almost meme style where they have the know your role, kind of like almost personality quiz type of thing where driver, drive, obviously, obey speed limits, be sober. But then passenger, I like how they have mad DJ skills, navigator, like things that people actually do. And then the back seat, usually the kids are back there. So they have like, the napper and are we there yet, which is just super relatable. And this came out the perfect time because this is July 15th, this post went live, and people are traveling more, summer road trip season. So it's like super relevant to, post about safety when you're out on the road. And this is just super fun, simple. They have their brand colors in there. So it's like it's checking all the boxes for me too. I think they did this really well. And they could even add, if they wanted to do this, something like this in the future, a little bit of movement just to keep catching people's feed attention when they're scrolling through.
I love that idea of movement. That would be so easy to do. And also, like, I feel like this one is so accessible. Like, I feel like I could create something like this in a PowerPoint, and I have zero CP like skills. So, like,
Yeah.
kudos
And
to that.
sometimes you don't have very many assets, but they just had some clip art of a car. Maybe it's from like a safety book or something. And just highlighting it super simple gets the point across. You don't have to overthink it. I think we often, I know as a content creator, sometimes I'm like, oh, I want to do this and this and this. But if you just boil it down and did something, there's just some visually interesting and relatable, that might be your best bet.
You know what? I like it. I like it. We're doing okay on time. So I'm going to sneak in one more, Tay.
Yeah.
One more. Um, this one is actually from a post of LinkedIn. So I don't really know officially what this trend is called. Blurred out. I don't know. Blurred out trend, something like that. But we saw this a lot on Instagram and it's still circulating. And so this is a really kind of, it can capture you up front because it's like, hey, this is blurred out. Like I kind of need to approve to see this image or, swipe to see it. Like there's like this kind of warning front, right? But what we're seeing is a lot of brands are using this to their advantage and playing up on the copy. And so, Tay, what do you think about this one here?
This one I love because I've seen a bunch of brands do this where they might be like a baked goods brand and then they have warning delicious content ahead and you can see that it's like, a delicious donut or something. But this, LinkedIn can be tricky because it is a more kind of formal space. You want to post and look professional, but this is a way that you can still have fun while providing benefit because this says warning, explosive revenue, like highly revenue generating information that some agencies might find intimidating. So I love the copy they put there because it's going to get your attention as you're scrolling through because it looks so different to what other people have done. Anything that I see in my LinkedIn feed, I would be like, what is this? And
Right?
then the joke about like this being so good, it's gonna, make your business super successful. Totally on brand for LinkedIn, fits the channel, super engaging, and people are loving it. Like we have all those reactions below, and I'm sure it made people stop and check this out.
Absolutely. And I think too, like, and I've seen some too where it's just even, they swipe to see really nice photography or like, prepare to see cuteness and it's a cat at the computer. I mean, you can have a lot of fun with this, to just kind of figure out, okay, what works and like, how do I really play to capture that attention? And I think here it really sparks to the copywriting, right? It's such an overlooked aspect of social, but your copywriting is important. Sometimes people are looking for words, not always images. So this is a great way to kind of make words front and center and not so much like image focused. So really like seeing this on LinkedIn.
That's a great point about copy because the copy is doing the work here. Like this image on its own would be like, okay, that's kind of cool. But the humor and the post and then the CY, you have that call to action right there. I love it. It's just checking all the boxes.
Absolutely. All right. And I think that actually wraps up everything we had for the trends today. So, Tay, thank you so much for having me and letting us kind of sit down and break these down for everyone. It was so nice. And hopefully, we can do this again soon.
Yeah, catch up over tea. I love it. And I hope this is helpful for everyone out there. Go have fun, make awesome content, and enjoy it.
Yeah. And if you need help, we know an agency that can do that for you. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.